What's up guys, Macabespeed coming at ya. Great episode today showcasing one of the founding elements of this air gunning channel. If you guys are familiar with my channel at all, you might know my most popular video. A video in which this rifle in front of you went 100 yards for 600,000 views over the last 10 years. I may even go so far as to say this may be one of the most widely viewed airgun videos that's currently on YouTube with as many views as it physically has. I've always hung on to this little rifle, but I have 100% neglected it over the last 10 years, and I would really like to go ahead and give it its due diligence, break out a reboot episode, and bring this thing back to its former glory, guys. I really want to see if it's still capable of those 100-yard groups that we saw in the previous video after a decade has passed. Time is corrosive, it just is what it is. I want to see if this thing has fought the hands of time off well enough to be able to still put together a showing for us at 100 yards. Let's go ahead and take a quick video and see exactly what it's going to go ahead and take to put this thing back into operation for us. First off, same as we always do, we're going to be going with that UTG dovetail to weaver adapter. This setup right here is just left over from a product I was previously working on that was utilizing a no magnification open sight. This was the Deanna Chaser, if you guys remember the Deanna Chaser project from this channel as well. I'm always dropping that wrench. It's like I need a little latch key around my wrist so I don't drop stuff like that, man. Alright guys, now that we've gone ahead and we've gotten this rail secured and changed over from a dovetail to a weaver rail, as you can see, just by using these 4 Allen screws, real easy, real basic. It didn't take, like I said, a lot of time or a lot of effort. Now this Monstrum 8x24 by 50mm objective, Generation 2 scope with this really cool honeycomb sunshade has done absolutely nothing but excellent things on top of my 30 caliber Blitz. It completely dominated pretty much every other performance I've ever put down with that Hats on Blitz and 30 caliber. I accredit at least half of that performance to this optic, guys. It's just been that good ever since I picked it up off Amazon about a year ago. As I said before, because we've already gone ahead and standardized this rail, it won't be anything for us to mount the scope at this point. Ooh, almost an interference fit. Look at that, gentlemen. Do I have to flip the rail around? Do I have to lose my sunshade? I think the best thing for us to do, boys, is go ahead and take advantage of this extra cantilever here by just flipping this around. Obviously, it's a little bit counterintuitive because we're not going to be able to use this small hold down screw here as it's intended by Gamo, but I think it's going to be necessary just so that we can get this big glass to clear this brake action. Completely clears that front brake action, guys, and honestly, I know this is probably one of the lowest powered rifles in my entire collection, but there is something so nostalgic about seeing a scope on this old brake barrel once again. Especially based on how many squirrels I've given the farm temperature challenge with this thing, and the fact that it's a world famous airgun that's been viewed by in excess of 500,000 people over its lifespan. I think this is a really cool path to be walking with such an old friend to the channel. I have decided to go ahead and start bringing stuff that's sighted into the range for you guys, except for some certain exceptions where there's like, you know, something really special that we're bringing to the range, like that S45 that'll be hitting the channel in a few weeks. I definitely want to go ahead and give you guys the respect and due diligence of bringing prepped equipment to the range. Alright gentlemen, we've gone ahead and gotten this Gamo Big Cat 100% ready for the next time we head out to the range. But what I wanted to go ahead and do for you guys ahead of time so that we're not wasting time at the range like I typically do is get the prerequisite power measurement out of the way. Also, I wanted to go ahead and give you 5 different lead pellets with a 10+ year old refurbished when purchased rifle so that you can see what the test of time really looks like after a solid decade on a metal spring purchased all those years ago from Cabela's. We're also going to be taking a look at 3 different non-lead ammunitions just to kind of really give you guys a full spectrum overview of what the energy is at the muzzle on this thing at this point. Let's get right into it with our non-lead offerings first. Everybody's so interested in FPS, 50,000 million zillion FPS, you know, so we're going to go ahead and try and generate the hottest FPS number we possibly can right out of the gate. Now, I haven't shot this rifle. I don't know the last time I shot this rifle. So I would say that whatever this spits out is whatever it's going to spit out, and I have absolutely no idea what to expect. It was rated at 1200 feet per second, and we'll be using the same grain weight of pellet that they tested with, which was the Gamo Raptor. These blue flames are the exact same weight as the Gamo Raptor, so hopefully they'll give us that 1200 FPS. I don't think it's going to happen, but that's the hope. Blue flame in the breech, and fire. 1067 FPS. Actually pretty shocking. And let's take a look at that board real quick. That is a 1/2-inch piece of plywood, and I would like to know from my own personal knowledge here whether or not we passed through it. No pass through whatsoever on the back side of this, guys. Get that nice cleanly punched hole that you can see right there, almost wad cutter style, and no exit on this board right here. That's actually a much higher reading than I ever expected this rifle to do. After so much time had passed, I just didn't expect it to be able to generate that kind of FPS when it was only rated at 1200 to begin with. Orange Stinger's up next. Fire. 958 velocity, probably due to blow-by, but I definitely heard a penetration just like these orange stingers are supposed to do. Let's check it out. Exactly as expected, guys. Blown out, passed through. Final non-lead offering today. And fire. 816 velocity. Let's go ahead and see if this also passed through due to the hardness of that alloy tip. Bulge out, but no penetration. Hole number 3. First, we got our Barracuda Hunters. Fire. 751 velocity with a lead pellet. Let's go ahead and flip our board to give ourselves a nice solid backer, and just for shits and giggles, see if this passed through. Seems to have finished the job that initial bulge there started. Even though it was only moving 751 feet per second, that's a pretty dramatic result downrange on the board. More so than others we've seen so far. Cro-Magnum's up next. It's nice to see this rifle just working. You know, I mean, I literally don't know the last time that I picked it up. So to see it just functioning and, you know, working and spitting lead in the direction it's intended, it's very cool. And fire. Let's check that out and see if this all by itself with a lead pellet. I'm just, now I'm intrigued, right? Because the last one was so devastating. Not even a bulge. Looks like this wood kind of fatigued here because of the fact there's so many shots in one place, but definitely, as you can see, new penetration, no penetration. 801 feet per second on that last round. Let's see the heaviest round that we have to throw. Apparently a lid to throw as well. Got the H&N silver points up. Fire. 661, so significantly lower in velocity than the others that we've seen previously, and it sounds like it hit the steel. Once again, boys, no penetration whatsoever. I think we're kind of getting the idea that these lead pellets just aren't going to go ahead and pass through the board in one shot. Let's continue our testing. Got our RWS Super Domes up at this point. Fire. 844 velocity. That's probably some of the most desirable velocity numbers that we've seen so far as, you know, figuring out what might be accurate. We'll keep these in mind for our testing, but let's move right into the pellets that were used for that fateful video so many years ago, the Crossman Premier Hollow Points, or Benjamin Hollow Points we have in front of us. These shiny, hard little rounds are just super accurate in this rifle, or at least they were back in the day for me. I really like them. Final shot in our chrono session. Fire. 860. Once again, just right in that super stable velocity range that's going to promote good pellet dynamics, guys. I think that this is a great baseline for us to really establish where we stand currently before having even cleaned the barrel. I do want to get this barrel clean, but I'm just not motivated to do so, so it's not going to be in this video. I think it's going to be a great place to go ahead and end today's video, but if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe for more with that notifications button so that you can stay current on the channel as well as when new videos come out. If you really like this video, make sure you share it so that other people can see it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.